Okay, it started.
Uh, oh yeah, these two were going around with the Banshee, and Satsu caught a chicken.
Yeah. Sasu
Who now
stealth
became
their
my
way.
sword.
Yeah. Sasu stealth their way over to level 1 golden chicken.
Which
Now can
is
you?
apparently super hard to catch as it is.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
it
no,
is.
they are very difficult to catch for good.
Yeah, that's Darcy's snipe hunt for people. Like the people that upset him is like, all right, go catch me a golden Ragnarok cock. Fuck you. It'll be fine. It's only level 3.
Only level 3 plus 500 bonus.
He has one person who can catch them consistently, but to be fair, they are a light mage.
Fucking, you have no idea how disappointed I was when Satsu didn't wish to be able to catch them.
Right? Because that's
It's
something you can like. He thinks Xerxes thinks that's what that one mage wished for, to be able to catch them consistently, just to spite him, because that removes his snipe hunt from the list. Because he does have a list of chores that he makes certain followers do when they've upset him. Because he is a spiteful god. Making a book out of Christianity, the whole ass book, not a page, the whole ass book.
Yeah. First half of that fucker.
we'll just slot that in here between the text. You're just
Yeah,
reading their massive ass fucking Bible, and it's like, wait a second, this is the Old Testament. What the fuck?
this is the Bible. Yeah, right on the first page of Xerxes' Bible, it's just "Thou shalt taketh no was it giveth taketh no fucks and giveth no shits." Oh no, thou shalt giveth no shits and taketh no fucks. Uh, he who smelt it has thus dealt it. He who supplied it obviously denied it. Oh, I'm gonna lie down on the solid ground.
Okay, Xerxes, you've read enough scientific papers. You could get this.
Yeah.
How do you say the specimen escaped containment in Bachelorese?
Oh fuck! Hold on. It's a very. It. I know exactly what to say. It's. Oh shit! What was it? It's Best way to say it is. I think it's the specimen was acquired and then promptly released in the field shortly thereafter.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Just like if you accidentally step on one, an impromptu dissection was performed under non-ideal conditions.
Suboptimal condition.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. Just oh fuck. The idea of impromptu dissection.
It's kind of menacing just on its own.
The engine fail or what was it? The rocket suffered from an engine-rich fuel mixture.
Oh god, yeah, like NASA's fucking way to describe that somebody accidentally fucked it up. Oh god, yeah. I love the way that like smart people try to like write off their own stupidity so they feel better about it.
No, it is entirely because they're pissed at somebody.
Yeah. It was what is it? It's thrust was observed along an undesired vector. Basically means that like the engine leaked and the thrust sent it fucking sailing somewhere into space. And what is it? Underwent unplanned rapid disassembly is how they described exploding.
Yeah.
Yeah, litho braking maneuvers is when it hits the fucking ground unintended. And then fishing orbit is where it lands in the ocean instead of where it's supposed to.
There's one that wasn't on that list, which is unintended aerodynamic braking, which is when the chute fucking deploys while it's still trying to reach orbit.
Yeah. And then there's received an unrequested transfers when like he's aka the dude died. And then it's for when they like bite me and you yeet it or yode it. It's specimen was removed from study pool due to abnormal interaction response. Yeah.
What's another good one? I started reading a bunch of these and now I gotta try and remember it.
What was it?
I found a page for like boats and water dynamics and it was glorious. Like, instead of we crashed the ship on some fucking rocks, it was the hull experienced this rapid delamination of the protective surface.
I was just in a fucking corn pun and upset, but I love it.
Or
Alright. I've done my due diligence and sent a picture to call out Dirg. He'll see it and I'll get a fuck you later, I'm sure.
already expecting it, I see.
Yes, I am always expecting a hey, shut up or fuck you or use a bitch. Okay. When Shadow gets back, we're gonna bully him with the fact that Sogo's currently brushing his hair, making him look presentable to go meet the Empress of all of Asia, knowing it's gonna scare the shit out of him. Sogo talks a big game until his mom's in the room, and then he shuts the fuck up.
I mean,
That is an ass whooping you don't want. She will not. She will literally, in her own words, I will beat the Oni off of your ass and make you a fucking human. I've seen her do it. What
to
happened to
be
my
fair,
dad?
those fucking wooden sandals they wear are like actually deadly weapons.
Yeah, because of her weight, though, like she might be small, but Asuka still weighs like 7,000 pounds. So like she's got steel in her sandals. And she'll flip that shit up like a fucking chancla and beat you with it. That's a 1d4 times 8, man. Don't fuck with that impromptu weapon. I remember the time that Darcy's fat ass almost fell through a fucking a tin roof because he got up there weighing 300 plus pounds of muscle because he got turned into a dragon. Is like, I'm gonna sit here, and then the roof started bending, and then he slowly lied down. I'm gonna lie here. I think that was the same day we found out
It
that
went
Ivy
from-
can't go down ladders that well.
Yeah, it was. It went from I'm gonna sit on that to, you know what? I'm gonna stay on the ground.
Okay. All right, these nerds were about halfway to France.
In Central France.
How fast is the carriage moving?
If they are willing to book it, those little fuckers can crawl at about 80 miles an hour.
Okay, so they're
Yes.
probably gonna still be in. Well, if they're heading to France, they're probably gonna cut through the Middle East section. So they'll probably.
Oh my god, can they finally pick up the hitchhiker who's been walking?
Maybe if they're heading the same direction.
He's heading towards that domain because he senses a lot of stupid there that he can get answers from.
How many days have they been traveling?
Let's see. It's been 3 days since they left out, and they were smart and they took a horse and a camel. A horse so they could ride through, forest. The camel so they could ride through the sand.
Yeah, so they'll be probably around the Egypt region.
They'll be getting there slowly. Yeah, they're gonna try and get to the border and get on a main road and find their way from there. They kind of know where to go because they can feel everyone, but they can't see because fucking godly magic blocks everything.
You gotta
Like
pay the
looking at
tolls.
It's like looking at the
Toll
Western
toll?
Empire all over again. Just hurts his eyes.
Anytime you try to divine something, and it's like, oh, sorry, have you paid the toll yet?
What's the goal? You must sleep with one. I'm not going to. Goodbye. Hangs up.
What's the toll? Well, you need to acquire a white. Never mind.
Yeah, no. The whole reason he agreed to come to this world is so he could get away from his two wives telling him that he should get a third wife. I don't know why the dice decided to make that the one thing. Like, some dudes would want a lot of wives so they can, have a good reason to be a man whore. And then you just have Glycol, who's just took him 20 years to agree to a second wife.
He'll be so mad when he comes back and they're like, get a fourth wife. What do you mean?
What do you mean a fourth wife? Has a third wife? I didn't consent to this!
They married each other. It's too late. They figured out a
They-
loophole.
They fucking would! Yes, no, because you gotta remember, he's not like most dudes who'll get like basic bitch elves or like, ooh, an orc wife or something. No, fucking Glycol's got a half dragon, half orc, and a fucking full on infernal, which is essentially a demon but less annoying. I say less annoying. They can be quite evil.
They
'Cause
could
for
be
some
quite,
reason his
infernal, if you would.
I will slap you. I will fuck you. I don't. I just love it.
You already
The
did.
man who is 5'4" has a thing for dangerous women.
I mean, Satsu's
Yes.
short, and they have a thing for dangerous animals.
Except spiders.
Excuse me.
Do you like spiders?
I like eggs, so
Damn, he really would have liked Selene Sura. They could have made, dude. That's
They could have
god.
made
He'd have so
much
many.
lingerie.
Yeah, because Satsu would have paid in a way that is acceptable to the giant Drader woman. This is expensive. However,
let's see. In my kinks list, Ava position, large insertion, bestiality, tentacles, deep throat.
Selene Sura is
Check.
fucking massive. That is a like when they're doing their normal skitter and all around, like how the spiders kind of crouch down sometimes when they're just casually cruising. It's still like 5 feet from the tip of one of her leggies up to like the bend in her knee. But when she stands all the way up, you can basically walk under her undercarriage.
I have an important question. Do she do the spider bop, where they'll like move their whole
Go
ass
side to
body,
side.
like up and down or side to side?
Yeah.
Oh
like,
god, yes.
Kind
She
of like
will
the crab
actually-
dance.
She idly does that when she's like knitting and stuff and like listening to her records. Because she traded a couple of traders a huge bundle of silk for technology from the Western Empire, and they gave her a fucking a radio.
God damn, the radio waves reach all the way over there. Are they bouncing them off the atmosphere?
They're actually bouncing them off of submersed fucking ships that they have in the waters.
Huh?
Yeah, the other nations don't know that they're using their radios and hidden submarines to spy on them. So yeah,
Oh,
you know
good,
that
the DM's here.
Oh yeah,
What?
hello.
Hooray.
You didn't see my message last week?
Yeah, you're
No,
forever
I,
DM.
I was in the middle of nowhere for 2 weeks, Satsu.
You
It
didn't
was
scroll
so
back and
annoying.
look at, oh, I got pinged.
You know how many times I got pinged in all my chats, including
To
here
be-
on fucking Telegram?
To be fair, I kept sending them porn like every couple of hours every day just to harass them. Because I knew they couldn't do anything about it because they weren't going to wank it in a porta john.
Absolutely not.
How do you feel, by the way? Was that a good nut? Yes, the Tuesday?
Such a good fucking nut. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Siri will do that to you. She's pretty fucking dope.
Mm-hmm.
The phone thing?
No, do not make that joke. She will throw you through a building.
Yeah, Siri has a lot of Randall's power and none of his, tempering.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. It's not like she could literally break her foot off in your ass and grow it back.
Do not.
She don't gotta throw her changla.
Yeah, exactly.
She'll just break it off at you.
To everyone
Literally.
else, she's one of the most dangerous liches in creation. But to Randall, she's just his baby girl. You.
And as Shadow's wife.
Oh, you.
Siri,
Ah,
why
she
do you
makes
have a
me-
basket of sandals? Are those cauldrons?
Grenades. Why? That was a class that I was hoping somebody would acquire from the Western Empire. If you would have went to like talk to the owner of Brazos Bestiary, you could have picked up the Grenadier class.
Oh. Damn it, where are my keys? I got a bottle opener on my keys.
Yeah, there was all kinds. There was like frag grenades, stun grenades, and like flashbang,
Hold on a second.
fire grenades. It was essentially just like Grenadiers were essentially alchemists who wanted to aggressively throw potions. Yeah.
Aggressively throw potions.
He even has a healing grenade, which causes like 2% HP damage and then heals 6%, so you're winning by 4.
I mean, incense are just potions that act real slow, like
Yeah. That
smoke bomb. Yeah.
okay.
This shit burns too slow. Let's speed this up a little bit.
So they'll be going by the Middle East. Should I roll to see if they'd be passing by the man on the horse or camel?
Um, hold on. Calculating what sense.
Okay.
That let's assume that they run away from everything.
I'll ask my
Yes,
question
he
after
does.
that's done.
He does not. He's not there to fight. I mean, as much difficult, there wouldn't be a lot of difficulty for him to literally shut things brains off and leave them to slowly suffocate from their lungs not working anymore. But that just takes too much effort, and he's trying to go and figure out the stuff.
Oh yeah, doing that on this planet, a lot of effort. Okay. Um, the camel is about 5-hour head start on if they are going 80 miles an hour from starting.
So would they?
If it's
So he
a
would have.
parallel route, they'll meet up. If it's a perpendicular one, they'll miss each other.
If I remember correctly on the map, where he would be is rough. Where he would have left from and then turned, I guess, made his course corrections would make it parallel at some point because he'd have to reach that border between the two and cross over.
Yeah, if he's heading straight through the untamed plains, then he's probably gonna be on a perpendicular path to them. Whereas they're sticking to the roads and everything, and Glycol kind of like, yeah, that sandhill doesn't here.
He's taking a lot of their advice and sticking to the correct dunes, and he also bought a lot of that weird monster repellent, which apparently they sell.
It fucking works, but it stinks to high hell.
Yeah, but he's used to it. He's used to being in a
Yeah.
fucking college, a college fucking debate parlor with a bunch of horny, stinky ass, sweaty teens and young adults. It doesn't bother him none.
The monster repellent is really weird because it's like it sort of comes in a sealed leather pouch, and when you take it out, it starts like immediately oxidizing, and then you have to set it on fire, which releases a different chemical, and then the ashes release a third chemical, and that's the because it affects most of the thing, but it's gonna run out because you have to burn it.
Yeah, but that's why
I
he
have
bought
a
a bunch of
question.
much question, friend.
Where is Shadow being held currently?
Oh, he's currently sitting in where is it? Where is it in the domain? Outside the tea room where Asuka's taking more tea in Sogo's lap while he brushes his hair and gets him all nice and cleaned up
Mm.
after taking So and a few others' advice and draining him out and washing him off first.
What does he have to wear?
I mean, they just kind of put him in comfortable linens. They didn't really know what to dress him in, so they just got some of they basically stitched together some comfy linens from their own loincloths and shit because they don't know what the fuck weirdos wear. And his clothes are currently dirty and floating in a tub somewhere.
Ah, I see. Oh, shit. Kind of wish he had a kimono or something. At
You
least.
could probably go find one. Listen, they're warriors. They're not fucking seamstresses and
Yeah.
politicians.
That's fair.
Now So can't even say anything 'cause she's back on duty wearing that terrifying armor.
Yeah. Well, before he enters the tea room, Shadow's gonna get up and see if he can find some clothes, at least a kimono.
I mean, you'd have to go
That'll-
all the way out the palace, down the stairs, and then you'd probably go, let's see, second to last road on the right that would lead around to the markets and past. That would lead, yeah, that leads to the shop. Shops are kind of in the center of the domain in a big horseshoe with the market in the middle of that horseshoe.
Does he at least have his little bag with him? His at
They
least
didn't get rid of
coin
his
bag?
bag. They kept his belongings. Just they took his clothes off because I mean his clothes are
Yeah.
kind of drenched.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna walk to like a clothing store, or at least like to buy something.
Oh god, I don't remember who was running the clothing store, but I had it pre-prepared in case Saucy went to go buy a bunch of lingerie.
Not looking for lingerie.
Well, I know, but I had the clothing store like preloaded.
I still haven't even gone through the fucking chest I grabbed.
Oh, let me see if I can find it. Since I'm on
Dum,
my
dum, dum.
hotspot, my internet might dip when I load up the browser here. So,
I bought some nerdy shit when I was in Atlanta yesterday.
yeah, what'd you buy?
I got a Fate Grand Order figure
Which one?
of Hassan of Serenity.
Don't recognize that one.
I got a Gundam kit that I can build. It's the Wing Gundam from Gundam Wing. I got Blair, a big ass Kilala plushie.
Oh, Kilala. Like from Inuyasha?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, $45 plushie.
We're starting to get into the territory where newer anime are using names from older anime, and it's fucking with me.
Yeah.
I'm that years old today. Okay. All right. So you want some Japanese shit?
At least a kimono, yeah.
All right. Well, they've got a couple of yukatas. They've got some hanfu wraps. Oh, look at that! They've got a Thai hill fabric kind of shorts. Those are really cool, by the way. It's like a Taiwanese shorts. They're very baggy and they're very comfortable. Apparently, they're breathable as hell. I got a couple of white hanfus. They have a howdy if you want to wear one of those.
A what?
A howdy. Basically, a howdy is kind of like, hello, Skull.
Well,
Hey,
Skull's
Skull, how you
here.
feeling, buddy? Hey, how you healing?
Huh?
What happened?
Said, how's he healing?
Oh.
Okay. Skull.
Considering he crashed on his bike.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
how you feeling, man? You feeling better?
I am feeling significantly better, in fact.
Good.
Like bicycle or motorcycle?
Bicycle.
Okay.
Bicycle, bicycle. I want to. Sorry.
I'm drinking me some Cass.
Cass.
Mm-hmm. It's a Korean beer.
Cass, the friendly spirit.
I was
Like
going to
that.
say some consumer association. Something else.
But either way. So what do they have for the kimonos options?
Let's see.
Shit.
Kimono colors. Wait, God.
Aren't you the DM, Shadow? Can't you just decide?
No, I'm not the DM.
Come on, Shadow, roll some dice.
are.
Sure you
Aw.
are.
I'm not the DM.
Grab a color
think there's a-
selector and hit the randomize button.
think there was a message
Oh,
about that.
Lana.
All right, so we're looking at barring things like the women's kimonos, like junitos and furosodes. We've got just some standard male kimonos that come in the colors of white, blue, yep, all the primary colors, and some off colors that are mixes like violet. Some off color mixes, and there's a big ass pink and blue one, probably put in there entirely for the cat.
Well, how much for the white one?
Okay, but which white one? You got a plain white one. You got a white one that's got soccer putters. You got a white one with sort of a wave pattern traditional. You've got a white one with a big fucking mural to a Matarasu on the back. You've got a
one
white
that
one with a
looks
mural to the
white.
Dynasties.
That's actually Ekru.
Yeah. And of course, you've got one of the most expensive ones there, which is a very ornate one, which has what looks like 10 entangled tails running down the back of it and fox ears on the shoulders, with the large kanji for Inari on it.
Oh my gosh, adorable.
And how much is that?
How much do you have?
2 platinum, 3 bismuth, 5 silver, 2 holmium, a 10 samarium, 5 thorium, and a tungsten rod.
So what is that in just like basic currency? That's
They aren't minted with local currency bases. You'd be trading in raw value.
Yeah, you're gonna be reduced. You'd have to give up your platinum, your gold, your
I don't
thulium, and
have
your
any gold.
holmium. Oh well, then you got
I've
platinum,
got-
thulium, holmium.
I've got platinum, bismuth, silver, holmium, tin, samarium, and thorium.
Okay, so give up all the way up to your 10. That might be enough. Just the raw coin value might equate to the 5 platinum that it is.
What about the tungsten rod? Isn't it like a foot long and a couple inches thick? Dark.
What is a Taylor?
That's what she said.
It's
Zing!
God Rod,
Zinga.
essentially.
That's what
God
she
rod.
said.
Yeah, the ones that get dropped from orbit.
How do you know about fucking Newton's attack where he throws like metal objects in the air and slams it down with gravity? You bitch! Stop! Get out of my
And
brain!
how long is that?
About a foot.
About a foot.
An actual god rod about 30 feet, 40 feet, and they weigh like 3,000 pounds or 5,000 pounds, some ridiculous amount of weight.
You
I
gotta,
know. They need to stop
gotta
trying to
pay
use
real
aluminum
close
and just
attention
use-
to my
I know.
words. Exactly when I say the word like. Because if
Yeah.
you're not paying attention, you might get the wrong idea. I would absolutely not give you a real god rod. There's no way you're concealing a 30-foot rod.
Yeah.
Not even Satsu could conceal that.
They can try, damn it.
No, they would just they'd be spit roasted.
They'd have
Just-
to make some modifications to their.
I can see it now. They do spit roast on. You have Dave in the front, Shadow in the back, carrying him over their shoulder like a prisoner.
Yeah, this is just a
Quite literally a headhunter.
yeah, this is our bounty. Don't worry about what they're impaled on. Don't mind me.
Alright, well,
Don't worry
Shadow's
about them
not
still
gonna get
being
that one
alive.
for now.
Oh, damn. Nobody is yet to purchase the one that is. That's totally not to curry favor to Inari or anything, is why that Kitsune is selling it.
Well, Shadow wants to look nice, but at the same time, he doesn't want to insult Asuka by wearing something that flashy, you know.
Doesn't want to wear something that flashy. Asuka literally wearing a fucking garment depicting her war against Asia.
You know what? I'm gonna flip a coin for it. Where's my talent coins? They're over here. We're gonna use the big heavy coins for this.
Okay, so heads to pick something else. because you thought of, your wallet and how much it would shank you in the side for purchasing that. And tails, you get distracted by the mini fluffy tails.
The mini fluffy tails, the very
All
beautiful.
right, heads. I buy something else. Tails, I buy it. Right.
Yeah.
It's
All right,
obvious.
here we go.
Tails. Tails would buy tails. Flops.
Tails.
Yep.
All right.
Unless you traded
so-
most of your currency.
Yep. Fuck. All right, that's 2 platinum, 3 bismuth, 5 silver, tungsten rod. Well, would they take the tungsten rod?
Yeah, you're not trading in like
Yeah.
market value. You're trading in core value.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
take it because they can give it to the metallurgist for some actual money, and they'll break it down and probably put it in more weapons or sell it to the artificers who are always fighting over tungsten to make, quote, impromptu emergency ejection lances out of.
Doesn't tungsten also scream when you bend it?
Yeah, kinda.
Look what I made. It's just a thin rod of tungsten, and they start wiggling it.
All right.
Dark Tech
And
Telegram.
all I have
I
left
can see
is
it on
10
the screen.
samarium and
Phone is
5
over
thorium.
here. Okay.
All right. Does they come with any bonuses or anything? It's so expensive.
Well, oh, you get a lust bonus, so that might help here. Takes you longer to get frisky. And you also get a little bit of additional speed. So, like, I think it's on a free plus 20 to your movement.
Oh.
Boxes are fast as fuck, dude.
Fuck, boy.
Oh, and a plus 20 to your athletics because boxes can literally fucking leap like 4 feet straight or 4 fucking meters vertically with 0 fucks given. That's why you gotta use 3 fence posts to keep them out of your house in Minecraft. Fucking foxes.
Fucking foxes. Gray foxes are more closely related to cats, so they can just, like, straight up climb a tree vertically.
There's a changing room, by the way, in the back if you want to put that on.
Yeah, Shadow's gonna go into the changing room and he's gonna put it on.
Alright, what color were those tails?
Those tails, let's see. See if we can find it. Boop. I see. Sapphire blue.
Ooh,
Oh,
pretty.
a water element, okay.
Yeah. Do you want to bully him or do I bully him?
You can describe the transformation this time.
That's
I'm
for
not
what?
very good at describing sheer pain.
The
Alright,
what?
So,
The
you
transfer
take off
what?
your shirt, you slip on the comfortable kimono because it compels you to not wear any clothes. And once you get it nicely cinched down, it kind of feel like your back's starting to hurt. Maybe those Oni really fucking worked you over. And it starts to hurt a lot more. Oh yeah, right. But what gender? I forgot.
Oh,
Almost
God
forgot to
damn
roll
it.
that one. Let's see. D4.
Please at
Well,
least
be glad it
Herman.
wasn't a. Well, be glad it wasn't a 1, or you would have been a eunuch.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
What am I now?
Well, you got your wish.
I'm a Herm.
Yeah, as soon
Okay,
as you
so
said
nothing
that,
changed
it's
there.
4. You've got a lot bigger boobs, apparently. I was like, I took Ivy's advice and just, how many cup sizes do you gain? 23.
23. Shit.
Damn, Shadow, you always pick the fun on. Alright, so aside from the sudden change in gender, you also kind of get shorter, a little bit, by about 6 inches, 7 inches.
Okay.
And your horns kind of start to itch a little bit, and then fall off, and in their place are big fluffy ears. That's an appropriate noise to make. And your tail kind of really aches, and it feels almost like a splitting pain going down your back until let's see, we'll roll a die for this one too, because dice are super fun.
They would be a single tail.
Ah, good, because
You don't just get to skip that. That's a lot of energy.
oh yeah, but if it gave him more than one, and the world would correct it and slam it together, and he would temporarily blow up, and that would have been funny.
Do not.
You get one
We don't
singular
need more
tail.
accidental explosions.
Your tail's a lot shorter though. It's only let's see, 41 inches.
That's what, like 3 foot?
3.5 feet.
or
3
so?
foot 5 inches.
Almost
He
3.5 feet.
lost half his tail length.
Yep, but it's super fucking fluffy though. And you're losing your scales, and you're opting
Fluffy, I could
for
die.
flesh in certain places, and then suddenly fur, and then back to flesh until you finally realize I'm okay being covered in fur. And now you are a sapphire blue kitsune with a water element, and you're suddenly extremely fucking thirsty. Like you haven't drank in 2 days, kind of thirsty.
And does
I
the
mean, to be
kimono-
fair, he hasn't been here for 2 days.
That's
True.
Well,
Does the kimono just appear after for me?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're
Now
naked
you're
now.
naked. Oh my god.
from the changing room.
Oh no, you're clipping your mic. You gotta get a little lower.
Are you okay in there?
I'm a fox now.
Oh yeah, Dave, this kind of thing happens in this world.
Apparently, I mean, I did some transformation my damn self, huh?
Did you not read the tag that it said directly on the plaque beneath the kimono?
No.
It's a shadow. He don't read.
It says, "The fox of your dreams." It's very, very straightforward.
How is that straightforward?
You're in a magical god domain in a mystical shop run by a literal fucking hybrid kitsune of fire and rock. Why would it not be straightforward that it's going to do weird shit?
I thought it was just pretty.
You are pretty. If you like more clothes, all purchases come with a complimentary yukata.
Please.
It's what I wanted in the first place.
And they'll just stop reading their little fucking book and set it down. And the book's author you don't know who it is, but it fucking has a very interesting initials of FHO. And it's just how to acquire more bitches.
Well, what color are these clothes that now Shadow is receiving?
You are receiving a very... Oh, you know what? It's technically not a kimono or a yukata that they're going to give you, because they have... Okay, we're good, I think. Sorry. Sometimes, my burps. They're going to give you a fruit soda. It's going to be a very pretty... Let's see, what's a matching color in their opinion? Ah, yes, a very nice, pretty yellow one with sort of wisteria leaf. Tapestry, artistry to it on the underside, and they'll even give you your little belly band. Congratulations, the clothes you are now wearing signifies you as an unmarried single woman in Japanese culture.
Wait. No, I am married. It's complicated. I'm married. I am married, but she's in a different world, and I'm not supposed to be here. Oh no!
Continues to tie belly band.
I
Well,
am
until
married.
you
She
get
just
here.
doesn't go here.
I'm
You know, my Canadian wife.
yeah, I was getting like my Canadian girlfriend vibes from that. There you go. You're pretty. You'll find a husband real soon out there, I'm sure.
No,
You could
I
try
have a
Elevin. He's looking. He's a very nice paladin. And they just walk off, swaying their three tails about.
I have a wife.
Business is concluded unless you're going to purchase more. Please just carry your crisis out there, dear.
Have your mental
Bras are
fucking
next
breakdown
door.
outside.
Yeah, if you could, I'd cry on the
Well,
merchandise.
Shadow's just gonna. He's gonna. Well,
Exactly.
she now, I guess, is gonna
Glee.
walk back to the palace
Why does Shadow never read?
Right?
because there was no plaque described under her, so I didn't know there was a plaque.
Usually, okay, you've been in this game world before, and there has never not been some sort of plaque or posted sign underneath a product to give you an idea of what it is in case you don't know. You know for a fact every general shop, blacksmith, everyone has one. That's on you.
At the very
you not
least,
remember who you're
everything
talking to?
has like a price tag on it that gives you like washing instructions.
Yeah, exactly. And I remembered who I talking to, but it's like, you always pick the fun options, and you're a good sport. You'll be fine.
Well, back to the palace Shadow goes, hoping she doesn't run
yeah.
into anybody that she knows.
Fucking Asuka.
I
Oh, so you're hiding again.
Just walks past fucking Leone and just Sogo just, hey, you looking to get eaten?
Hi, Sogo.
And they'll just lean over. This isn't my kid. They legitimately don't know how you know their name. That confuses them.
Oh, who's calling me? Hold on.
So,
Trying to reach you, but
do
your
we
car's
know
extended
them?
warranty.
Have we fucked them before? I don't think so. How do they know my name? Maybe when you were standing on top of the inn saying that I am Sogo and my dick is the largest? Oh, yeah. It's moderate
Oh,
at best.
Shadow's
That's
gone.
fine.
Shadow
Oh,
got a
diamond.
call.
Not my fault you don't have a diamond-studded dick. You weirdo. You. Oh, they're drooling. So just slowly setting a fucking handkerchief between their boobs so they don't drool all over their chest. There.
Ah, you see what you did? You were talking about their dick and started imagining it.
Yeah, so Shadow is blanked out. I think he might have lost connection.
Possibly.
Just in case you thought he was still here.
Get a call.
I get a call. It's probably work with somebody trying to call him in. And he got Skull over there drooling until he does something. Oh yeah, you guys left him in the fucking room.
Yeah.
Yep. We can't interact with them, so
The NPCs can though, and thankfully the cleaning staff were kind enough to, put him comfortably in a bed and even tuck him in and do everything. The Gobos are very good cleaning assistants, and they have a very motherly nature. Now that they're not.
Feral out of existence.
Yep. Narcissus knew what he was doing. Somewhat.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. You.
Bad connection?
But yeah,
You have a handkerchief on your boob stopping all the drool that you were drooling.
damn it. Is he still there?
So do we know you?
It's Shadow.
The fuck?
You know, you and
Yeah,
couple others.
yeah, no. They must have found a shop. Go. Well, good job. You look presentable, and that should be fine with you. Maybe. Yeah, you'll be all right. Just don't get eaten. She's too strong now. You couldn't break out of her soul.
I should have read the plaque. I thought it was just a pretty kimono.
Always read the instructions.
Always read the warning label.
Yeah, no.
Nate, how hard can
Is
it be? Hi.
is is she at least in a good mood?
She apparently had a really good blowjob and some sort of weird anal stuff going on with a cat and a horse yesterday, so she's in a pretty good mood, I think.
Okay.
She's drinking some chamomile in there, and So's just standing in the corner watching.
So, when I meet her, should I just bow or kneel, considering who I am?
You could probably get away with bowing, but you know, if you ever went in doubt, kneel about.
Okay.
Just get on the ground and smile like a donut. Everything will be fine.
Okay, well, thank you. Shadow will continue on to the palace.
And tea room's pretty much just right on the other side of the doors that the three of them are just all sitting outside of and just literally having themselves a small drinking party because that's all they do is drink, fight, sleep, drink, fight, occasionally blackmail people.
hmm Shadow's gonna take a deep breath to try and calm himself a little bit before he, you know, does he have to ask for permission to enter the tea room since
Uh,
she's in there?
even without permission, the door slowly opens and you just see the armor, that pure like white mountain style armor clad Oni standing there and just looking down at you.
Hello. I'm here to see Lady Asuka.
They'll shut the door and then they'll come back after about a minute and then step out of the way for you. And they aren't very big. They're only about 5'3" now, and they look
Oh,
like a
wow.
normal Asian woman, just with a little horn on their head and one broken horn adjacent to it.
And Shadow will, walk over to the table and she will kneel in front of them.
So I didn't order a hooker.
No, Empress. It's been many years since we've seen each other.
Ah, yes. They're gonna get really menacing when they set down their tea, and they'll slowly turn themselves in the chair, and they'll put a leg, like a knee on either side of you as they lean down in close, get a good grip on your head, and just very uncomfortably smell the side of your fucking face. Ah, yeah, it's you. 27 years, 9 months, 3.5 weeks, 8 days. So technically 4.5 weeks, roughly, and a few dozen hours and a couple thousand seconds. But who's counting? Oh, they will relinquish your skull, so you don't have to sit there with your neck craned, so they can return to their tea. Your soul feels a little cold, by the way.
Soul. The
Yes,
artificial one?
yes, they can still smell the remnants of you.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of that's kind of their motif is soul consumption. They know what they're doing. Well, have you come to kill more of my children? There's 2 outside right now.
No, Empress. It was. I don't. I'm not here to kill anyone.
Even if their hand isn't big, you can still kind of just feel the weight of it on your head when they pat you. So have you come to ask me for forgiveness after, you know, being let into the palace, being treated, having an arm replaced when it was injured, being fed, and then letting an extra dimensional invader into the backyard of my home with an army that was quite sizable and cost me a best friend, 3 wives, 4 children now. No, 3 children, 2 wives. Oh, and then you also left the spear there. You know, your other friend. Is that what you're here to do? Is to try and apologize for removing life from my home?
No, Empress. It's not my place to ask forgiveness for what I've done. I I know I am beyond forgiving. But I am here so that you can do as you wish. I'm done running from my sins.
Let me make a check on the dice. Okay, you're safe. It's close though.
Define safe.
But
They
did you
have
die?
they have accepted what happened. There was a 50-50 chance that the forgiveness that they thought they had would have vanished when they met you again, but thankfully it held on by a thread.
Hmm.
Can you please get off the ground? Unless you intend to apologize in other ways that are very unbecoming of someone who's supposedly here to forgive themselves, or at least to find some sort of closure. At least you can do, or worst you can do to alleviate this bad track record is open yourself.
Mm. Shadow will stand up.
Uncle, sit over there. The chair might be big because Darcy has a big ass, but you'll be fine.
He'll go over and sit in the chair.
Ah, yes, it's like it's like being a little kid sitting in dad's chair at the dinner table. I hope you're ready to work.
Damn.
I don't really know if I'll ever be able to truly forgive you, Shadow, for what you did to me. Because I trusted you and your friends more than I had trusted most. I thought you were very kind, if but a misguided fool at times, even with your unintentional racism, which wasn't out of spite or hatred. It was just out of you being a very goofy person with a very warm, childlike heart. And I don't know if I'll ever truly be able to not lay up and seethe with rage at night, knowing that 2 wives of whom I greatly loved and 3 children, the first that I had had in 175 years since people I thought were also my friends burned them alive in my home in the mountains. And but I can forgive you for the sake of my own sanity and the fact that for all intents and purposes I do not smell, feel, or hear any ill intent or maliciousness in your heart or your shackled remnant of a soul. But I will make you work for I will make you pay for everything that you have done.
I fully understand that, Empress. There
And
are
you ask
no
me,
art.
just why? Why this?
Um, this form, it,
Yes.
um, it actually just recently occurred within the hour. I went to buy a kimono to meet you, and I bought this one, and it turned me into a kitsune.
Shadow, I've had men drugged before me with no clothes on and their feet missing to seek audience after war or battle. Why do you think I care that you look good? I have children. I'm used to naked, angry bastards running around in front of me. As long as you had a shirt on, I'd have been appeased.
Other than that, I don't know.
You know Oni eat Kisune, right?
I do now.
They're a tasty snack, but they usually kill most of us. Little fuckers have a very powerful soul. Unfortunately, I'm too oppressive now that I just cripple their little limbs and pull them in. It hurts a little bit, but it's so worth it. So before you go wandering out there, just remember they're not going to eat you. At least not in a way that'll be fatal unless you're extremely sensitive right now. But we're going to sit here and have tea. I came here to have tea to keep calm, to speak to a very eccentric person I consider friend, and within a few days discuss a possible war, or at least territory.
Hmm.
So I don't have time to be depressed about remembering lives lost. I already have memorials and services every year for that, so I'm fully aware. But I do thank you for having the courage to stand before me, knowing full well that I could erase you from existence without a single person worrying or even complaining about it because they could do nothing to stand against me. That does take some bravery, so I do appreciate that. That's a very mature thing for you to do, despite, for the most part, being a very feeble, mortal soul.
Yes, Empress. I was tired of running from what happened.
Doesn't look like you've been doing much running with how thick your thighs are, but I'll take your word for it. Also,
Eh,
please stop calling me Empress. You've known me somewhat over the course of 20 years. You may use my first name or Lady Mitsuhisuke. Empress is too weird coming from you because of the context of the kind of person you are. It's probably some sort of weird king.
yes, Asuka.
Eh, still almost as bad. If you don't drink any tea, I'm going to cut off one of your fingers.
Shadow will pour himself a glass of tea and have a drink.
You owe me 3 children, by the way.
Hmm. Yes, Asuka. Just in the back of his mind. Oh, silly
Shut
little
up,
like this.
Satsu. I
What
seen
she
your
what
thought. Satsu doesn't even go on a name basis with her. It's just.
I did meet your son, Asuka.
Which one?
Sogo.
My condolences to your pelvis.
It is a little sore, but I am fine.
This place really does attract tourists. Must be why I'm here.
So, how is Aspira?
Oh, good. Very good. Very happy mother of 5 children now. Head Oiron of the entire harem. Good political advisor. Very good warrior. Far too big and thick, though. I made her shrink a few times to stop scaring off guests.
Mm. And forgive my ignorance, but Oiron?
She's basically my prime bitch on top of all the other bitches in your world's terms. It's very simple, but it's very fun. No.
Okay.
Waste a fortune on kimono fabric, though, for her.
I could imagine so.
I just resorted to covering her top half. That's all I can do to save my sanity.
Itch.
You don't have any labors to do here, do you? Any work and or jobs? Any mission or task?
Um, there was one, but I don't think I can complete it with the events that have transpired.
Good, so you'll have no grievances about coming to Kyoto with me.
Not at all. No.
So he's learning very fast. I don't know why I talk to her. She can only listen right now, or I'll remove her tongue. Maybe it's just a test to learn. I am a sadist after all. Like with all things, she doesn't want her death to be loud.
So, last I heard, you became Empress of all of Asia.
The entirety of Asia and certain parts of what is that land beneath us? Mediterranean?
Hmm.
Bedrock.
But yes, all of Asia with a population of almost 600 million people, and also the only country that has functional nationwide power.
It's very impressive.
That's enough about work. Tell me all your stupid little things that you're thinking right now so I can then nitpick them and make fun of you before giving you a head pat and rewarding you for being a good sport.
Well, to be honest, I fully expected you to hit me again like that one time. I was expecting to either be beheaded or consumed. Um, I honestly didn't know what to expect when I saw you again. To be honest, I fully regret going with the other through that portal and leaving you and everyone else.
Yes, I understand. You regret not becoming a wife. It's not my fault.
No, it's not that. It's just the kind of person I am. I hold all my friends near and dear.
Making a large assumption, Shadow. You have been promoted from vilified to acquainted, but you are not friend yet.
I know, Asuka. But I'm speaking of the time before the incident.
Oh yes, the days before where I ran around with a cat in a barrel full of rugs and pillows, and everyone wouldn't let me into towns because I was too big and scary.
And you were somehow the sneakiest Oni I've ever seen.
I am a very impressive specimen.
No.
Yep. You can unclench your asshole now. I'm not going to hurt you.
Thank you.
To be honest, I wouldn't hurt you anyways if I was angry. She would because that's her job.
Yeah, I remember that armor. The mountain style armor of the Silent.
There's 8 more of them in this room. She's the only one who's in the public eye, though.
And any one of them could kill me without a blink of an eye.
They could all go toe to toe with most of the paladins here, but Xerxes has numbers on his side, fucker.
I'm not that impressive of a warrior. I'm enough for myself.
While plans taking
Exactly. You're a warrior of the mind, child. Or maybe you're a warrior of the soul. Or warrior of the balls. I don't know. There's warrior of this and that nowadays. Everything's a warrior.
Hold on a sec. I'm gonna switch over to my computer real quick.
Okay.
Haha. Asuka over here telling him that he just owes her children. The implications of that are ominous. Maybe she's
Yeah.
back to Xerxes to get a couple of kids.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
You're very quiet.
Turn your thing back on, Derek.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh, it's so cute.
No.
Yes.
Alright.
Oh, I
Are
see
you-
what happened. It just
Jiggle wiggle.
place.
My money don't jiggle jiggle. It fold. I like to see you wiggle wiggle. For sure.
Jiggle Fox.
Makes me want to dribble dribble. You know. Write it in my feet. You really gotta see it. 6 foot. Bitch, I'm 6'5". I couldn't fit in a compact car. I tried to fit in a Pontiac once and my fucking knees came up to my chest.
Mhm.
You know how funny that looks, like going to Sonic to get some food and then having to get my ass out to stretch my legs halfway through and like standing 1.5 over the car. Alright. No, that's where you're going to be left. You don't know what Asuka's going to do to you, but she told you that you owe her 3 kids and you can work out that math with her however you want.
I think Shadow can get 2 from 1 + 1.
Especially
One-
since you can see her, you know, the last part of the scene is you can see her grab the table and kind of jiggle it and feel that it's thoroughly restrained to the floor. That's sturdy enough.
Just. Oh boy.
Yeah, this recent. Right.
And then you got Skull who wakes up all comfy and shit in a bed tucked in, fucking cool side of the pillow with a little warm glass of milk waiting for him on the fucking nightstand.
Whoever did this is definitely getting a thank you.
The
I say.
unspoken heroes.
What's that?
Those are the unspoken heroes right there. The wait staff.
Right?
Call them heroes because it would be main sacrifice.
All right.
I don't get that.
Panda.
But like, I mean, I rolled the dice and like, you know, you were just standing there in the room and it was kind of chilly, and so like, there's a bed there, it's comfy, and then like, oh, they're doing that drilling thing, so they decided to move you to the bed and tuck you in and stuff. That way you're not just standing there, because because Zarsi's had to drool a few times, and his back always hurts when he stands in one spot for 8 hours. They even
So-
need me to organize some of your books.
I suppose I wake up a little after 12. Sorry.
It's closer to nighttime in the game right now, but yeah.
What are my surroundings like? Other than comfy and
Uh,
a bed.
4 walls painted. Apparently, this room has fuchsia. Very clean. It's very comfortable in here with blackout curtains to keep the sun out if needed.
Oh, this is
I
great.
just
My actual room doesn't have that.
And then there is even a light fixture on the wall with an actual switch.
Well,
And they have radio. And if you're wondering, yes, they get it from Asuka because she has radio.
Hmm.
I mean, Asia's like literally right there at the other base of the mountain, so it's real close.
Oh. Interesting.
If you were to turn on the radio, you would pretty much just hear like really chill fucking traditional Japanese music with taiko drums and a couple of shamisen, maybe a couple other instruments. Or you might even hear like a Chinese hongqi instrument, that big lap guitar.
Yeah. That happened left guitar.
Of course, since they prefer to do live performances on the radio, so you actually hear them playing the instruments in real time. And there is a lamp if you want it, so if you just want to sit there and read all night, you could.
I mean, I do have a lot of reading to catch up on, but I also do want. I don't think I could just do that.
You always do that when you're traveling, if anything else.
No, I was meaning like I wanted to thank somebody at some point. But it'd
There
probably
is no
be
one
hard to
here.
find.
Yes,
that?
there is no one here. They're currently somewhere else working on another room right now.
Ugh.
But if you do feel like leaving them a thank you, you can just write a thank you note to them and stick it under something, and they'll probably find it whenever you leave the room.
I wanted to thank them in person, but I'll do both.
You can always see if the dice decide they come back at some point later on, but that could take a couple of hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna write a thank you note for the table in case I miss them.
Good idea.
It's gonna be like, thank you for getting me into a bed. It was very comfortable. It means a lot to me that you are willing to go through that sort of effort.
It is kind of a lot of effort because they're half your size, so it was a lot of slowly pushing to the ground and then scooting across the floor.
Yeah, and I'll go over those kinds of things.
Oh. But it's one of those, they wouldn't do it if they didn't want to. You got some of the housekeepers for the fucking inns that'll just straight leave you standing in a corner like a weirdo and just like put a towel over you.
Towel rack.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, draw yourself off whenever you're seen again.
Yeah. Mushroom, bedroom. And you hear that outside. There's currently one of the druids outside. Just down outside the window in the middle of the night, just bedroom, mushroom.
I don't see if he's actually conjuring things or if he's just saying.
If you look outside the window, you can see a very faint glow, but that may just be from their stave if they have one. But you do just hear it's slowly getting more distant. Just mushroom, mushroom.
I'm going to assume it's an
Pardon.
official chant of the Druid Circle trademark.
Druids are preoccupied sometimes.
Yeah. I guess, as boring as it is, I'd probably try to cram and take notes about that set of volumes that I'm borrowing currently, on the off chance that there isn't any way for me to pay for it, so I have to return it.
Understandable. Oh, hey, if you actually, I guess I could tell you, if you turn on the radio and get lucky, you may actually hear the daily educational broadcast for. I got to roll because I have a little tiny list I wrote up over the weekend. Oh, look at that. 15. That is going to be basic thermodynamics.
Ooh. I mean, I'd
Now,
probably want to listen to something, even if it's not something that I'm usually super keen on, just because I don't want to be in a silent room.
I get you.
Lecture dynamics or like a TED talk.
No, it's basically Asuka values education a lot in Asia now. So every day it'll be a different scholar who just sits there and basically talks into the radio broadcast about like the whatever subject they are talking about, and like here's the basics, here's a basic problem you could do yourself.
So TED Talk.
Yeah, it's basically well, it's kind of like a TED talk.
It's like
Or
a
more,
mixture of the two.
yeah.
Well, a TED talk is like an introduction and like really dumbing down messages, which in itself can be kind of dangerous because a lot of the simplifications really
They don't
give
oversimplify any of it at all. No, they'll just straight tell you exactly what it is. But they will go off of tangents on tangents to explain what that is if it's very tantamount to knowing the rest of it.
Okay, so
They're not gonna
they
like
don't have
hyper
the internet
generalize like
scientist problem.
yeah, no, these are actual scholars who study these at academies across Asia for their job. And on the Ministry of Radio Communications, which will eventually become the Ministry of Telecommunications, because as technology progresses, they pay them for their time during the day. So, like, if you know anything smart, you can go to Asia, go to one of the ministry branches, offer your lesson, and then get a slot at some point and get put on there and have people hear you.
That's neat. I assume it's not in English, though.
I mean,
Let's see.
that kind of is the global language. It's sort of like world's version of common. It's just like you gotta squint at it and you have to pronounce every letter of the word instead of having silent. It's a little weird, but you get used to it pretty quick.
It might take you a little bit to understand them, because they are apparently speaking in revised Japanese for the country, which is like a set Japanese dialect instead of having all the other ones trying to mash together. It's
Instead of having 4.
yeah, they have Asuka made a standardized sense of language, but thanks to the domain, after let's see, how many minutes? 9 minutes, you will start to understand it, and it'll help you. It'll be one of those. Only while you're in the domain, you'll have this sense of all speech. It's easier for Xerxes to have that enchantment on the domain than hope that his followers, don't have a language barrier.
That's a big fucking hex. How do you manage that?
He managed that with the help of Celis and a sort of kind of offering to clear the debts of a very oppressed mage who was studying hexes thanks to college in exchange for teaching him how to do the hexes.
Oh, so that's what all the souls are for.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what
At
a lot
least
of
they're
his souls
using it
doors.
for good and not like raising an army.
You know, Xerxes doesn't like. He's a pacifistic deity, not a weakling and not a coward, but he doesn't want. He could. You gotta remember, the motherfucker has a lot of hyper dangerous spells, so he could absolutely fuck you up. But no, he chooses to use it to make it easier for all of his, I guess you could say, minions to communicate. That way, it alleviates the stress and they understand each other and everything that they're going to have to go do out there to try and spread the good word. Now that he's active again, he's growing. He has gained 2,000 more followers.
I assume it's much easier because people can chat.
Yes. Awilix is currently unhappy because 1,300 of those were hers.
Who's
But she
that?
can get over it. Awilix, she's a Mayan goddess of the hunt.
They're in the.
They're somewhere there.
Artemis
I
is
can't.
my favorite goddess of the hunt.
Don't
Artemis
forget,
is.
don't forget you
Zardes
lose
likes Artemis.
followers too.
Yeah, I do. I gained 2,000, but I lost like 300 last week.
Okay.
Because he's an active deity, his gain is a little more than his loss, but you know he still loses. It fluctuates up and down. It's one of those things you can't stop. And he's got like the loyalty program for people that stay with him, i.e., favors. His reviler concerns him because the reviler has 4 favors he can call in, and he hasn't used one of them. So he doesn't know what he's planning, but he knows it's going to be extremely chaotic. So if you listen to the radio, you'll basically tune in properly to, if external constraints are allowed to change, properties generally change. The 3 laws of thermodynamics describe the changes and predict the equilibrium state of the system. The first law states that whenever energy is converted from one form to another, the total quantity of energy remains the same. The second law states that in a closed system, the entropy of the system does not decrease, while the third law states that as a system approaches absolute zero, further extraction of energy becomes more and more difficult, eventually becoming theoretically impossible. Mind you, we did
That
not use.
reminds me of something that I had seen. And I was just thinking about it. I'm like, there was some guy that was like, mass. There was a thing a while ago that said mass was not completely destroyable, but now we're rethinking it because of atomic power. I'm like, shove off, dude.
Well, mass itself theoretically can be destroyed, but the information that makes up the mass can't.
Well, it's being
Because
converted into one thing. It's not being destroyed.
yeah, that's the thing is in like information, which is basically what we view everything as, cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be converted. Because of, a lot of the what is that law called? It's the law of
Conservation of
the law of conservation.
Equivalent exchange. No.
Have you ever become a child soldier because you fucked around and found out with equivalent exchange? You resurrect your neglected mother, which cost you your eye, your arm, and your brother's entire corporeal form.
Yeah, because the dumbass right amount of ingredients.
That's what it feels like. I tried to avoid
Idiot.
it. 150.
That's what happens when you take and believe incomplete research notes like they're a bibble.
This is Bamble. I will always love Meatwad saying that. All right, and you're currently reading chemistry, so what is your book currently teaching you?
Oh god, it's this
Herbology
version.
1.102.
If it's called chemistry.
It's herbology 102.
Technology.
Oh, I actually have 3 books. I'm sorry. Herbology 102, a book of common, rare, and epic and legendary plants, the kingdom of fungi and how it relates to your meals and minds, a compiled list of toxicology effects of various flowering plants, herbs, roots, and bubbles.
If you're reading herbology and botany, then it would be. It would give you the brief summary of the fact that botany, the branch of biology that deals with plants, including the study of the structure, properties, and biochemical processes of all forms of plant life, as well as plant classifications, plant diseases, and the interactions of plants with their physical environment and inhabitants therein. The science of botany traces back to the Greco-Roman world. It just goes on and on and on. But you are currently far enough in that it's talking about how the environment and the atmosphere itself can relate and alter certain specific plants, and how certain things can create adverse effects on plants, changing them from traditional plants to more abnormal plants such as transformatives and or hex plants, which are their own thing and you don't want to mess with them. Yes, and all the information that they have on the hex plants is that they are
That they exist.
they exist basically. It's like
Yeah.
it's essentially the fancy science way of saying these exist. We're not sure how. We know they do, and they do quite a lot of things. We're pretty sure most of which is bad.
It's essentially trying to be scientific about. Yeah, everyone that's touched one of these things never reported back.
The only person that did was not themselves, and we mean like they literally part of them became Steven from accounting.
That would fascinate the ever living crap out of me.
You're gonna need there are books that go into great detail on hex plants, but that's because they're super expensive because there's like less than a few thousand, like maybe 10,000 scholars on the entire world who have studied them in detail.
Yeah, it's more dangerous to study a hex plant than it is to study time magic.
Yep.
Interesting.
Like time magic, you can at least know what to avoid if you don't want to fuck around and have that gap narrow. But hex plants, they're all over the place. They are either moody or calm, or somewhere way in between.
Okay.
And like you could fuck with a hex
Do you
plant and
mean
literally get a hex where it like turns your entire arm into a spore receptor out of the blue.
is there any way to block it? I assume like anti-magic gear do that.
You'd have to you'd basically need a combination of PPE and anti-magic, because hex plants are concentrated magic that's gone sour.
By
And
the way, this
certain
didn't
jackass-
exist until the narrator got freed.
Yeah. A certain couple of jackasses left a few shards of the Vilehorn spear here, and he's like, "Ooh, something that can corrupt all of magic? Yes, please." I'm gonna sprinkle a little here. He basically salt baited the world with a fucky spell. Because the narrator is spiteful. He is a spiteful bitch.
I mean, I'd be spiteful too if people were literally ripping my brain out of the earth, so yeah.
Me true.
You ever wonder why farmers are always the ones getting attacked by monsters? This is why.
True. Very true. Oh, it's 7 o'clock.
Well, that definitely sounds really cool at some point. But I obviously super don't have the equipment necessary to do something that dangerous.
You are 100% not ready for that, but it is an end goal that you can work if it.
True. You could start thinking about, studying it more and asking more informed people and what you might need, like what kind of gear should you get, this potion, that potion, what to expect. Because Xerxes might not have them. He might have some people that kind of know, but if he doesn't, some of those people might know where to go to find information on it. Because it's multi-ethnic, and a lot of traders come in and out of the domain because it's a center point between like 3 major countries. It's essentially the buffer zone for them. It's also why you've got so many like Asian and Slavic creatures here. Because I'm pretty sure one side's got Russia, one side's got Asia, and one side's got Europe. And there's that tiny little sliver that's the Middle East somewhere else. But, that one usually doesn't get much coming through it. Okey-dokey. Well, that's what Skull's doing, so I guess we could get back to, Satsu and Dave on the road again, question mark?
I mean, they are traveling. There isn't a lot to.
Okay. Well,
Where are they going?
they took a job to help carry some supplies for Central France, which currently needed some medical relief since a fucking meteorite landed on it. And that
They'll
meteor, it kind
they'll
of
be
sort of,
back a bit later.
yeah, they'll be back a bit later. They might be fascinated because the impact zone, when they eventually get there, they'll see that it kind of flowered out in one direction with these big, long, glassy looking spikes. Because that meteor was apparently a sort of metal glass combo, like an iron quartz mixture.
Oh dear.
Which is also why there's a lot of people,
So-
unfortunately, impaled on it.
Yeah, well, just have a freaking obsidian meteor. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
And because it was iron and quartz is how it made it through the upper atmosphere. Most of it burned off, but it was still the size of a small bus, so it crushed a huge portion of the city and left hold on, where's it at? A 21-foot deep crater with a 30-foot radius.
This is why you're. And have that hand.
Right? One of those that I'm guessing that they probably didn't pay that much attention because wars have been happening near their borders and they were busy. That's all I can think of.
Oh,
mean,
that actually reminds me. I want to show you guys something that I've been working on a while ago. Just remind me to show you what a worm is, spelled with a Y in my game.
I didn't dragon.
Yes, it is a type of threat.
Rare. But yeah. Satsu, Dave, if you'd like to comment about what you see, aside from Viscera cleanup crews over there trying to, still scrubbing people out from under some of the ridges of these, essentially what looks like a rippling palisade of metal glass spikes covered in blood and debris, some of which are, let's see, I forgot how long they were, so we're going to roll the dice and see how long some of these spikes are.
Oh dear.
46 feet in length. And how wide are they? Up to fucking 8 feet wide, apparently.
That is quite large. Are there any dragons impaled?
I think a dragon has path.
But could I find like, oh, what do they call it? Like part of the rock from it?
You could attempt to go towards it, but you'll note that all the people that are working around the impact crater are wearing some sort of kind of plastic rubbery suit, and the things that they're like when they scrub it with water to get the blood off of everything,
it kind of sizzles. So its heat retention is pretty impressive because this was 2 days ago and it's still hot enough to evaporate water.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get close to that as much as Layara might want to.
They are actively pulling the option.
No, you will cease to exist.
Thermal.
We must all bask in it in its glow as the children of Adam.
Layara feeds off heat, that's the problem.
Yeah.
They've got
Yeah.
an ogre on the cleanup crew, and he's currently carrying a large chunk of it in a box that they've got sealed up. And it apparently has actual tinfoil on the inside.
Didn't know that existed in this world.
I really
Like
hope
it's
it
literally
doesn't.
it's just
shred.
foiled tin. They're doing that. That's less to help with the heat and more to help with the radiation. Cause you can even hear that faint clicking when one of them comes to check an area. But luckily, you're about 200 yards away from the impact crater, and the Banshee Kiva's just unloading things and handing it to the proper people. And obviously, if you want to help with that, they'd greatly appreciate it. But you don't have to. You were just the escort.
Oh, well, now Layara really wants to go over there.
She's strong.
They want to
Guys,
keep.
help, they're a higher level than me.
No, they're not.
You could ask one of the random people to help you from being pushed over there.
Uh,
Some
do
of
you
these workers are very large men.
do you have a portion of that won't immediately evaporate a watery creature?
They call.
Hold on. Cap of understanding languages. And I'll repeat it.
They have a very interesting mix. They've kind of got like this sort of mix between. It's like a French, but it sounds like it's got a tiny bit of like Maori in their voice. What do you mean?
Mayara, please. As I'm just like, it seems like I'm being pulled along. I have a slime creature on me who feeds off heat, and they want some, but I don't want them to cease to exist.
Kiva? Huh? With you? Yeah. Kinda. Sorta. Hold on. They're gonna carry their box back. Mind you, this isn't the big ogre boy. This is apparently. Is this a human? Please just give me a normal human. It's been a hot minute. It has like a random Joe Schmo.
Like a
True. Nope. That is apparently some sort of half beast man, half elf. A belf, if you would. Yeah, fuck it. They're an elf furry. Makes it so much easier. They will walk over
If
and
they-
talk to someone in a different colored set of protective clothing. And it takes them about 10 minutes of conversation. But eventually they do come back with a very small box, about 4 inches long and about 3 inches deep. And they'll hand it over to you wrapped in a cloth. You got any money? They said that if you pay them a platinum, they'll give it to you.
Lara, how much do you really want this?
You can also ask. You can also say that you'll give it back.
Here's a platinum.
anything for the relief efforts. They're willing to sell a tiny chunk of it. One of the less radioactive ones, but still, don't touch it too much.
Don't
'Cause
stick
if
it in your mouth.
Right
Alright.
now, it's
Touch it a lot.
Layara will be fine, but like because Layara doesn't have cells. But that stuff deeper inside of the crystal is gamma, but the outside is alpha. Its own nature is making it retain heat and radiation very effectively.
Oh, question. Since, days have passed, were there any additional encounters?
There were not.
Okay.
Nothing that actually.
Did I get experience for the chicken?
No, you didn't technically kill it.
Okay.
You didn't tame the cock all the way.
I wield the cock now.
Cock's
She
the
does.
wielder of cock.
you cannot afford.
A diamond sword, sure. Safety torch. Sorry. Freaking Kobuster. But alright, yeah, that's what you get to do is help unpack the supplies, and Kiva's kind of tired, because mind you, you've been up for about another 11 hours through the night. So, and it's daytime now. So they're, probably going to go spend the night here and then head back the next day and pay you the other half. You do remember what they were paying you, right?
Mhm.
Okay, good.
Did we already
Yeah.
receive the first half?
They did give you the first half once you got here. That was the deal. Is get here first half,
Okay.
get back second half.
Wookie. Added.
Ah, yes, you get to see one of the big industrial magical power tools come out when they have to cut one of the large chunks that's currently sticking down into the ground, pinning what looks like an unfortunate beast of burden, an ox, to the ground.
I feel like that
And one of
was
the,
less of pinning and more
Yeah.
yeah,
big
it's
spikes are.
Is
it's
he
one of the big.
okay?
No, they're dead.
Satsu, I think they're dead.
They are very dead. Yeah, no, it's about 2 feet of spike buried into the ground through on the other side of the ox.
Dave, he's okay, right?
He'll be okay, buddy. Come on. I just put my arm around.
You can just kind of hear like the of that fucking power tool as it starts cutting through a crystal. That's gonna take them 3 fucking hours and 11 blades. God damn, that's hard.
God damn it. Wait, so it's quartz. So if it takes 11 blades, they're just using a fucking iron saw on that shit. What the fuck are they
No,
doing?
it's quartz and iron.
Yeah,
They're fused together in fucking space.
yeah, I know. Quartz is still like relatively soft.
Yeah, the quartz is, but pure fucking iron from space. There's a reason it wipes out dinosaurs.
Doesn't it?
Because it's dense as fuck. Like, even though we call it iron, because of its ridiculous carbon content and its density, it's like super steel up there.
Oh, space iron.
Yeah,
Not just
that's
like
space.
iron.
Yeah, no, that's space iron and quartz. Like
Okay.
actual from the creation dust clouds and all that shit. That's, I don't know, that's where most of it came from, is either clouds of dust or planets blowing each other up. Like Jupiter casually nuking a planet on its way out.
Still have covered that.
Saturn just collected the rings like a psychopath. Saturn is the best player at Sonic.
Mars is getting cannibal. Have a- Then it's gonna get more of that and back to.
Right. But they are using essentially what is a granite saw blade to cut through it, meant for cutting through rock. That's the best they've got, though, considering how fucking tightly packed it is, and the fact that the one pinning this poor ox is 2.5 feet thick.
My God, someone give the diamond, please.
Diamond tools
mean-
wouldn't. So the problem with cutting through material this hard, the carbon content in this meteorite would carbonize the diamond and make it dull as shit super fast.
One thing they could do is you make a blade out of the chunks that they're cutting off.
Yeah, but that's gonna. I mean, they are trying to already repurpose it for industrial and weapons, but it's still gonna take a while because they're gonna have to use magic forges to melt this shit down.
Isn't
They're
that
trying
gonna
to make so
rearrange
they,
the crystal structure though?
if they use magic to analyze exactly what its crystal structure is, and then reassemble it in that manner with a bunch of fucking enchantments placed on the forge, and the forging process altogether having a bunch of magic involved in it, then no, it should be able to go back to almost its original state. That's why, only really rich countries or stuff can afford that kind of tech, though, because your average Joe Schmo can't perform that level of forging.
Really rich countries or France.
Yeah, or France. I mean,
Or-
until the modern era, France was the rich powerhouse of Europe, and then Germany. It's like, oh, look at us. We have the most money because we did the most of the illegal stuff and all the Nazi gold. I mean, the legally acquired gold. Actually, I'm pretty sure America, Russia, China, and England stole all their fucking treasure at the end of the Second World War. I believe that there was some sort of weird bank of Nazis. We just robbed it, like America's prone to doing. Channeled our inner Detroit and took that shit.
I forgot to add that one thing to my quote unquote inventory. You said it was the radioactive thing.
The box was 4 inches long and 3 inches deep, and it's about 3 inches wide.
And, but what was in it?
The sliver of the meteorite is only about 1.5 inches by 1 inch in thickness. Not very big. Extremely warm though. Like if it wasn't for the fact that this was made of Yana wood, you'd probably be getting a little bit hot hands. Even though it's wrapped in a cloth and it's got the pin in it.
But yeah,
I mean-
Liara is probably just, has a little section kind of stretched out of me, just wrapped in it.
already inside the box, writing "not disturb" in the book itself.
No.
Ultimate pot rock.
Anything else worth maybe viewing or collecting here?
See.
France, I'm
Ooh.
Mime and baguettes.
like a. It's
Two
all,
mime sword fighting with baguettes.
Yep, they're gonna
What would a
eventually...
mime? Gravity magic?
Mimes use illusion magic and potion magic, and they can use gravity magic, or even light magic, if they so desire. Yep, that's Satsu.
Oh,
Some
why?
of them mimes do
I did a gift search for mime, and that's literally the first option. Okay.
some of them mimes do be looking sexy.
Some of them mimes do be that way. Huh?
Reminds me of a thing planter Pixion.
Ah, yes.
Actually, this one would probably be more like Satsu.
Yeah.
Mimes would probably be great at bondage.
So they're eventually going to stop using that saw blade after the 11th saw, and they're going to get another specialized tool, and they kind of fit what looks like a shackle around the whole fucking thing, and then you can see them hook a hose up to it, and then hook another hose up to the other side that's attached to like a tank that kind of jostles and makes it like a scratchy sound with whatever's inside of it, and then they turn it on. You can hear the of water and abrasive alongside the blade.
Oh, good, they figured it out.
Well, they really didn't want to run this one because this is a very expensive tool,
Yeah, it
And-
is.
but they're going
There's
to
a
have
reason.
to. But it only that speeds up the process, and it doesn't go up to 8 feet thick though, so they can use it up to 3 foot thick objects. Thank
Jeez.
God for the ogre standing underneath them with a very large lead-lined gloves and suit, who can catch this giant fucking thing and carry it off. They are just loading all of these chunks into a couple of different sized giant storage bins that are. They've got golems helping carry those because they seem to be made of lead with water and concrete. Even though they're only alpha emitters on the surface and one of them cracks and starts spitting out gamma rays, the last thing they want is to cook the fucking city alive.
Just casually have it gamma out and fuck people with this.
Right. Well, that's what's going on outside, and because of the tragedy, a lot of places are doing charity sales, where you'll buy one thing and you'll get one thing free, and all proceeds will go to the relief effort of the city. Everyone from the armorer to the fucking tailor and the bakers, even the whorehouses are running buy one get one free sales.
You want to check those out, Dave?
Yeah, let's try to find some materials, but yeah, we can check all of those. Not necessarily in that order. As he starts walking down, he got a little taste of the onion. He's like, maybe not in that order. Let's start over here, and starts walking to the houses of ill repute.
And I'm just gonna be like, damn, and I thought I was the degenerate.
Oh, Dark, I rolled for it.
Hey,
One of
when in
these doors
France?
leads to it.
Oh,
Ah, never mind.
PM it if you're this excited about it.
I was rolling on an off chance. I was like, will it be here?
Still don't. It is.
I'd probably check out the tailor or the blacksmith.
Yeah, probably blacksmith.
Oh God.
One of the doors leads to it. All right.
All right. The tailor is in fact making tails.
Yep.
No, that's not what tailors do.
What?
The blacksmith conveniently is forging a butt plug, apparently. They made the
Fuck it,
mistake
that's
of
what the
putting up a
tailor's
sign
working
that
on.
Ting ting.
Well, listen, the blacksmith and the armorer that share the shop made the mistake of putting up the sign, "We'll forge one item of your choice for half price."
Fuck it.
Question: Did we get the bounty for the chicken as well?
No
No,
bounty on the chicken.
no.
Didn't we're supposed to get something per encounter?
We would have to like negotiate that type
Fight
deal.
it and kill it. Oh, okay. All right, never mind then.
So the tailor is making something involving tails. The tanner is here to helping out because you're gonna get tails. Spend the time to fucking make one with yarn.
Yep.
Hmm.
They're doing their job dutifully. So yeah, if you're going to the tailor, there is buy one full suit, get a complimentary vest and/or appropriate undergarment.
Buy one first, get compliment panties.
They do have an adult section, and the adult section is, reads a simpler sign is, for every 2 pieces of lingerie you buy, get free handcuffs or bondage gear.
It's like
Damn,
those
that's a
long
good
string
deal.
of things you get at a diner. You can get soup or salad, French toast or regular toast.
You
They
can't
obviously-
And I walk in.
You can't
So that's
combine
when I
a
walk
suit
into
with
Taylor's. I come out
lingerie.
looking like a daddy.
There-
Walk out with
oh
like
my God.
spiked cuffs and like a pup
Yep.
hood on and
Dirk.
like pimps.
Dirk, he's everywhere as the tailor. It's Siren again.
Siren, huh?
Yes, the
Well, I
very
guess that explains the shop aesthetic.
yes, that explains why it smells very sweet, like Jasper and kind of like vinegar in here, and got a lot of crimson, black, and gold pinstriping on a lot of the upholstery in the shop, and it's very dim, and you can hear us. What is it? Not a record player, but a sonogram or whatever the thing is, a sonophone that came before the record player.
The thing with the fucking cylinders.
Yeah,
What
see, they've got one of
cylinders?
those playing their music.
Yeah, it's an Edison
Gramophone.
gramophone. Yep.
You
They're
can very faint.
metallurgists or anything in this town.
There's a blacksmith.
And the tailor, no, but there's blacksmith like 3 buildings down.
I would probably partake in the buy 3 get some fun stuff sale.
Siren himself is currently just adjusting and hemming a suit on a mannequin. That is I forgot that this man is fucking lanky.
Oh,
Holy shit.
uh,
Exactly 7'11" with that pretty ass creamy silver hair of his.
I need a new dress that I can like, compact.
Oh, did you leave the bell dress behind again?
Well, I mean, it wasn't so much that I left it behind, but I didn't have a feasible way to carry it. I mean, I guess I could, portal it to me if I need when I need to.
That is an option. You are also in France, kind of by fashion.
Yeah,
Very
that's
true.
why the thought.
Especially since this France and Italy are kind of slammed partly together in this world, so it's like double fashion.
So I'd
Thank you,
probably
Mum.
try to get a new dress remade. Like I said, one that can actually, compact and then, go to how it's supposed to be. So I can actually store it.
So like, shirt dress.
Yeah, hold on. Let me look at my notes on this. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
I saw a dress. Like it was satin that it starts off as an evening gown, but then as it gets around to the waist section, it just ends a pair of pants. Yes, perfect. When you have to ride a motorcycle home, but you need to look good for the evening.
But yeah, it had to be a full old style full dress, bell bottoms, or wasp style.
No boots with the fur.
That's at the other shop.
I mean, Satsu could definitely pull off like the thinnest wasp style dress out of everyone that goes to that party.
Yeah.
Hey, so like this session, like you don't care about like copyright music, right?
Save the music for another half hour.
Yeah, he is recording.
Oh, another half. Well, 8 o'clock. I got to dip anyways. Remember?
Oh yeah. I mean, this is a
That's all right.
fine enough spot to end the session if you really want to play it.
No, it's fine. I was just gonna give you so you can hear what was playing, but what was playing?
You can just post it and we can all like listen to it separately.
Yep.
That is true. It's a very classic one, and it fits him at least. He's got. I don't know where he gets it, by the way. I have no idea where he gets like every single one of the fucking songs he gets, but I'm thinking he just buys them from otherworldly traders. Considering this is like the 4th world he's been in.
But yeah, how much would it be to commission a pretty thin wasp style dress like that?
Like 40 credits. Oh wait, no, wrong.
What-
Wrong campaign.
Yeah, that's your Sunday campaign.
Yeah. Work.
We're on the thorium scale.
Yeah. If you want a good one, Fancy Gala.
For what? Okay, so that would be
He's quite the skilled tailor.
one of
though.
those,
And it also
one
depends
of
on the fabric.
those, and one of those. Okay.
Like, what kind of fabric would you want?
Yeah, something like satin sounds nice.
Okay.
Satin
Just
or
that
silk
again.
even.
Make sure you pronounce that very clearly. They might accent pattern. Yes.
Oh, satin.
Hood with
Satin,
double horns on it. Oh, you said
West
satin. Sorry.
African, North African, Central Balkan.
See why you couldn't do both.
That's for next week.
What's the
Yes, bet.
occasion? Do you not know the occasion you'd want the dress for? No.
Oh,
Do you need
it's for a wedding.
head turning? Are you interested in being noticed for later,
Uh,
or do you just want to be pretty?
I guess enough to cause a second glance, but not one to stand out too much, if that makes sense.
Show me your strategies.
They'll stand them tall ass lanky self back up, go and grab an entire roll of this fabric, and they will get your measurements properly, which is just a very simple arms up, legs open, and then they'll begin work on tracing out the general shape. And you wanted a bell with waspy hits?
Like a wasp style dress. It was either a bell bottom dress or a wasp style was the requirements. So I was just gonna go for, a nice tight wasp style, I suppose.
Wasp would be better since your hips aren't very small.
Uh, yeah.
They'll just take a look at your clothing and realize
Pink and blue.
Yeah.
they're going to make you what you have requested, but they're going to do it in such a way that the fabric kind of inverts like halfway up. It's mostly pink along the bottom, but as it goes up at a sort of an angle, they manage to make it sort of invert so it's blue on the outside and then pink on the inside.
So it's like ombre.
Sort of.
Oh no, you're gonna make people argue. Pink is dress.
It's white and gold.
They are white with black. Zebras are black with white stripes. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You ever see a shaved zebra? They ain't white.
Would you like to see a shaved zebra? That's a horse, asshole.
Well, once they get everything done, it's going to take them a little bit to get this dress made. And was there anything else? Because I zoned out while having to try and find things again.
Well, I did want to, like I said, partake in the 3 lingerie, one item sale. Which I was thinking like maybe a bodysuit, maybe some, nice gloves, like the opera length gloves, and Well, got to get more stockings. Can never have enough of those.
They do have discounts going on like just they are discounting it. It's 30% off by the yard, and that 30% is going straight to helping relieve some of the stress of the city. Since that's kind of what they're trying to do.
How much would the total for those be?
About 210 thorium for the whole
Hmm.
shebang.
Okay, I'll give them an even silver.
Assuming that you just want like a basic,
It's like I have a bunch. I may like to just I'm not going to get into it. Like Dark in real life knows that sometimes I'll have like my lingerie on my bed and I'll just kind of sleep in it.
You also don't have any blankets in your bed. Instead, you have a
That's
pile of waifus.
that's not true at the moment. Considering most of my waifus are in a storage unit because I am, living at my dad's house and he could swing by any day to check the mail and I don't want things seen.
I understand. They don't mind your degeneracy, by the way. They explain. Figure for a few years I was the captain of a ship, and I once had sex with a random man because I thought I was cute. You don't have to explain your proclivities to me.
I mean, most people love hearing about my proclivities.
I'm less of a man of words, more of a man of action. I'd like reenactments and personal experience.
Would you like to see a picture?
Why would I waste time with a picture when you're right there?
Ooh, get that discount, Satu.
But what if I want to help the city?
Oh, well.
Yeah, I would give them an even silver for that amount.
They will think. What's the change? One silver isn't 210 thorium, is it?
250.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I was like, that's 250? I don't know why I thought it was 220. I'm like, no, because we don't do that. We do intervals of 5 and shit. Alright, yeah, so they will give you your 40 back.
No, I said I'm just giving them a silver, like.
I'll keep the change. Okay.
Yeah.
Appreciated, dear. And they're going to slide back for a second and pull out a pair of very pretty thigh highs that they have tailored themselves that have a sort of a kind of like what looks like a vine of roses going up to along the calf, and it's actual artistry, but it's all been hand stitched by them. There. That's an additional piece that they're giving because you gave them extra, but they were willing to give extra. They're capitalist at heart, equal pay and equal trade.
Well, thank you.
You feel free to sit in here where it's nice and comfortably conditioned with fans and evaporative cooling if you want. Other than that, you may do what you desire, and if you're extremely frisky, I suppose you could go do your business in the back. There's probably something back there browsing.
And I'll kind of glance at Dave. I'm pretty sure he was on his way over there.
Let's start with the Smith first.
The whole house is like that. If you're looking for exotic things, there's not many of those here right now. Though apparently there is a young Cyclops lady at one of them, so you're feeling great.
Bullseye.
No, Cyclops Eye. Come on now.
Oh, sorry. I'm confused.
Oh, the Saren's going to be tailoring. While you degens do that, and Dave goes to the blacksmith.
Yeah, I'm just looking. I'm gonna ask them if they can provide any sort of like. I'm looking for like thread, so either like silver or copper thread.
they'll stop for a brief moment and pull out a whole 30-foot roll of copper. 250 thorium.
For the 30-footer?
Yeah, I mean that seems like a lot, but it's not.
No, it's not.
But it's expensive as hell to get metal threads.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of their clothes, you can see the price tag on some of the things that have gold thread in it, and I mean you're looking at 3,000-4,000 thorium. But that's
Exchange rate. Sorry.
1 silver.
So 1 silver would cover it all?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I can't barely hear you. I'm sorry. I gotta turn you up.
It's okay.
Um.
The only characters
So-
who scream extremely loud are Mob and Faraji when he's getting stabbed.
So I'll give
Or when he
that.
goes to bed.
I've got
And
3 left.
do you know of anyone that in town that would have silver thread? Is that a little bit too much
Hell,
out of? I'd be looking for a metallurgist for something like that.
The armorer would have some that you're desiring. A few things of it. He doesn't have much of his fancy threads, but I think he has an abundance of aluminum and silver thread right now. But a lot of his
Okay.
gold thread has been purchased and or put in discounted pieces that people have been asking forged for him or crafted from him. Mostly artificers and mages needing traces.
That's who asked for the gold. Okay, cool. I'll run over there and ask the armor for either probably just the silver thread. Fuck, did I put this?
Alright.
Oh, where I put it?
You remember which way you came in this tailor shop from, right? Which one of the doors?
I do not.
Yeah, I was about to say I didn't think that was
following. I didn't know that was
a choice.
Oh no, yeah, he has double doors. Because he's kind of got like the little bay windows that you would put display items in. It's aesthetically pleasing.
If it's double doors, I would habitually go in through the right.
I can understand that. Yeah, you got them. All of you two he's gonna take about an hour and a half to 2 hours to finish all of your tailoring, Satsu, but it's hand tailored and masterful. I mean, maybe not as good as
Jesus, that's
Selene,
fast.
but well, yeah, but Siren's been tailoring for 280 years, and not human, so a lot faster and more precise.
Why's everything gotta be better than?
Because
Why-
humans outbreed the problems; these species don't. They're literally quality versus the insane quantity that has nuclear arms.
Why can't an NPC shop owner be something that's worse than humanity, like a fucking kobold flame or something?
There literally is a kobold in several shops in flame and lizard forms across the world. And there's Petch. Smaller and weaker, but very intuitive builders.
That doesn't count. The pets are geniuses.
And then there's dwarves on the moon.
The moon, the moon. That's currently a pendant.
Moon's
Yes.
haunted.
Moon's haunted. I love it.
Haunted.
Dave, we should play
What?
Destiny 2 together.
Moon's haunted.
Wait, do you
Oh,
play
that's
D2?
I play what?
Do you play
Yeah.
Destiny 2?
I do not.
Damn.
I don't have like my machine at home, like my computer at home doesn't run very high
You know what it
graphic
would
wise,
run?
and then I don't have a console either. A newer console, I should say.
What console do you have?
Oh, I'm still rocking a PS3.
Ah, good old PS3s. Well,
Yep.
your computer could probably run League, therefore download it.
Destiny
it
2.
does.
All right.
Oh, I mean, yeah, PC Destiny 2 has like low settings, but
Yeah, I mean it runs like Dead by Dawn and shit like that, so it should run this, right?
oh yeah, it should run. D2 was made like Destiny 2 was originally It's just built off the Destiny engine, which was a PS3 title.
Okay.
It's just been beautified for the next gen, but I mean, there's a reason you can play it on pretty much any actively supported system, to my knowledge.
Did
And
you
it's
know
fully
that there's,
crossplay.
Did you know that there's a Dead by Daylight dating sim?
Yep, Hooked on You coming out.
Yep.
All right.
So
Dave's
that
gonna go to
right
the
there.
armor, ask about the thread, silver
Yep.
thread. They can offer you 150 feet for 175 thorium.
100 how much?
50 feet of silver thread. Or the sheep
So,
That's a female
sold.
nightjar. Huh. That makes sense. She would have wandered her way here from Asia.
So 30 foot of copper from the smith, and then 150 feet of silver. That was a total of what? 2, 3 and a quarter thorium.
So for total thorium, that would have been 100, 300, 425 total
420.
thorium. Yeah.
4 and a quarter. All right. I have it since we got paid the halfway rate, so I'll pay them and I'll deduct it. I don't have the conversions right now. Actually, I do have them because it's in the whatchamacallit. I have it saved
Plus, it was
somewhere
kind
else.
enough to put them up here for people.
You still should have had the majority of that platinum I gave you too.
True.
No, not after the super expensive burgers at that one place. Fucker, that'll be 75 silver, please. That's all we doing for a for a Big Mac. You fucker. Just kidding, Dark. It was a really good burger. Dragon meat, I believe it was.
You could have just asked Darcy's if you wanted dragon meat in your mouth. I mean, it's humanoid, but he's dragon. All right. And your whorehouse is across the street if you want to go be weird. Oh, it's across the city technically.
All right, so I'll do the same
Literally.
thing and just drop 2 silver and say put the rest to the effort.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Ah, yes, the nightjar. The eyed winged heron bird of prettiness.
Cool.
This town probably would be a lot more sad if all the fucking Vice District got hit instead. They don't really care about like the Port Authority and things that were hit. Even though
No
they're
one
inland.
cares about bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Mm.
But if like
Especially
the
in that-
shops or the
Just
Vice
in that
would
damn
hit,
town.
right?
Oh, got blown
Gee,
up.
I wonder why meteors are falling across the planet.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. What did you guys do?
Nope.
Shadow,
Shadow.
what'd you do?
Nope.
I
not
didn't
my-
do anything.
What did Shadow do? He's
Not
currently
Tama.
biting a bamboo wreath so he doesn't moan too loud.
Oh.
Well, that sounds like a good place to end this session.
She's only 5'3". I know where her height went.
It's like I found where all the mass went.